Hello everybody, back here again for vlog a day, and today is Thursday the 15th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning fairly decent time frame, nothing real major. Got the dogs all out, got them all taken care of, got that all done up. Didn't have a mess to clean up for my Dane, which always makes for a good start to a day. So from there, had to run over and feed some cats in the morning and get that wrapped up real quick. She wants like 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. It used to be also at 9:30 at night to close the curtains, and now I just close them on the second feed of the day. But went over, got that taken care of, got that knocked out real quick, got back to the house. Wife headed off to work, and then I basically from there got the dogs all fed, got all the good stuff, so took care of it. From there, hung around with the dogs for the morning. I had somebody dropping off, a couple dogs. They're supposed to drop off by 8 a.m. and they're gonna let me know they're on their way. Didn't hear from them. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and get my run in real quick because they're still not here yet. They're supposed to let me know. So I informed my mom, like, hey, if somebody shows up, just leave them outside. And I'm gonna stay close. How are you doing today? So I told them, I said, I'll just stay close to the run. So if somebody pulls up, just call me. And then I'll come back over and let them in, all that kind of thing. So kind of schedule my morning run and getting that done right there with them. Plus I was staying close to the house. I ran a lot yesterday. I was out the Door Sleeper Trail, put in a bunch of miles. The most miles I put in on a single run since my motorcycle wreck, and I got rear-ended by the car. So it's kind of, I'm a little sore today, not really used to that. Plus the trails has a lot more activity, exercise than used in the same distance than it is on the roads. So definitely got that done. Got the dogs all fed, all taken care of, got my shower, hang around the morning. Went ahead and decided to put up a sunscreen that I bought, like you see like greenhouse and stuff, they drape over top of the greenhouse, and basically hooked up every single grommet on against the house. There's like one like every couple feet, and then only put two on the back far side. On the east side, I went ahead and dug a couple holes, found a couple 4x4 posts, got the canopy to it, and I thought, well, it won't be that big a deal with wind and stuff because it's basically a giant screen. It's a whole bunch of mesh so the air should go through it. Thinking about it, loved it. It made such a difference. The only thing I wish I'd put a little farther south in the house because it's a little bit far north. Didn't think about the sun being this, south of me, kind of shining in there. But it was enough to cover I wanted. But I wish I would moved it down there 6 feet that way. But it is what it is. I'm thinking, cool, no big deal. Everything's good to go. Still hadn't heard from the dropping the dogs off. I was like, okay, what the hell's going on? So I reached out to them like, hey, what time are you dropping the dogs off? Hadn't heard anything, and they booked offline, so it was on through Rover, so there's no cancellation or nothing through the app. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then like 11 o'clock rolls around, I text them like, hey, not sure what's happening, but what's going on? Are you dropping these dogs off or not? Kind of thing. Still no reply. It's like, okay, fuck, I guess they're not coming. So just started basically going out the rest of the day. Had a couple other dogs, 3 dogs getting dropped off this afternoon. So I just hung around for the day, working on the canopy and stuff, got that all ready to go. Everything was going good there. And then got tiny little wind gaps. I looked to see what the wind gust was. Wind gust was 9 miles an hour, which is nothing at all. And blew the canopy right off the edge of the house. And I was like, are you shitting me? So I look, and all the grommets broke. Every single one of them across the whole 30-foot length of sunshade. Every single grommet broke in half, which tells me most likely it was a faulty inferior product that had bad set of grommets, whatever. I'm like, oh, you gotta be shitting me. So I rolled it all up, took it off the post, and thought, you piece of crap. So a little bit annoyed with that. Wasn't really as happy as I could have been in that whole process, but it is what it is. So basically wired it all up, jumped back on Amazon, made a return tag for it. So I got to box it all up and send it back, and it of course won't fit in the box because you can't ever get anything fit back in the box. So you're gonna have to find a bigger box to put it in and then take it back, which is only like 43 bucks, but that's what they go for. I see them other places, and I realized that I think part of the reason it happens, most of the time they're draped over top of like a arch greenhouse type setup, not just hanging on a flat wall. So who knows? But like I said, when the grommets broke, each one of them broke like it did. It makes me think it was poor grommets because they all snapped in half. It was super weird. So I'm really disappointed that I had a half a day of probably a couple hours, 2.5 hours of work. Then I had like 4 hours of enjoyment, and I loved it. So now I gotta figure out some way of getting shade out there because it did make a big difference, and it gets hot out there so quick because that morning sun just cooks that patio area where I set, and it is hot the rest of the day. I can't get rid of the heat, so gotta get shade out there, and I don't have time for a tree to grow, so I gotta make artificial shade. So But yeah, that was fun. Ended up having a guy drop off his 3 dogs to me. 2 young puppies and an old shepherd mixed thing that got dropped off. And it was one of those deals where they're supposed to text me, and they're coming, said between like 3 and 5. And they said probably after 5 and gets off work, like 4 o'clock, so back to my driveway. And of course, they don't listen. I say you have to use the app. Yeah, you can't call me on it. He tried to call me from his phone, of course, and blah, blah, whatever. So I go and get the dogs, bring them in. Everything's good. Everybody's getting along fine, no problem. And then got them outside, get them all playing and stuff. And the puppies are not even housebroke yet. They've only had them for like, the one they've had for like 3 days, and that one they had for like a week. So super new puppies. Supposed to only have them for 1 night, 1 day. Turned out I got them like for 3 nights now, which I'm like, I wish I'd known. I hadn't met the one. The one's way worse. The one I didn't meet at the meet and greet, they had not picked it up yet. It's a brother to the first one, and it's not very well behaved at all. So like I was chewing on like my fire pit, my metal fire pit and stuff. It's like just chewing on the side of it, and it's puppy. It's a lot of puppy. So it is what it is. Hung around there, went ahead, got them all. He already fed them for the night, so I had to worry about that part, but I got everybody else fed. Luna got dropped off. She was hanging out. Everything's going good with her. They're all getting along just fine, no problem there. And then wife got home from work following. We ended up having dinner. Actually, for dinner, I ran back over and fed the cats again, shut the curtains and all that kind of stuff. Got that all wrapped up. And then from there, headed back over, had dinner, watched an episode of Seinfeld, headed back outside to play with the puppies again, and the puppies peed in the house. And just, it's a mess with puppies. So it's one of the things you deal with when you have young little puppies you gotta mess with. So, but it is what it is. Finally decided to call it a night and bring them in. And we had storms, crazy thunderstorm stuff. And of course, the old dog hates thunderstorms, so it's just a mess. That dog is all strung out. So I gave him some of the CBD treats they told me to give him, and didn't seem to help too much. But went to head to bed and could not get them to settle down. They were just freaking out, and tried to put them in the back side of the house all together, and didn't work. So I tried to put the puppies in a crate, so I trust not to tear up my shit, and that didn't work. So I was like, so I put them in the gate part that I have, like my double gate. It's a pretty big area. It's like the size of like at most small bathrooms. So I put them in there, and the big shepherd decided he was going to eat that and try and escape, and everybody's barking their head off and stuff, super late, super loud. So I'm like, oh, you sons of bitches. I'm trying to get him calm down. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. So I ended up out on the couch, right there next to him, just a few feet from, and had to keep scolding the shepherd from trying to jump over the gate. And finally got them all to settle down. He got them all to finally settle in as best I could. But he chewed out part of my gate and stuff. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, come on, man. Don't be a dickhead here. So, but I think it's the first time this dog's been away from their house, and maybe it's life the way it sounds like. They've never done the boarding thing before, and they don't travel, they don't do anything. And then the dog had its housemate that's lived with for 10 years or so now. It died like last week, and then they added 2 brand new puppies in. So the dog didn't have time to grieve over the loss of the housemate and even deal with that, handle that change. And then you get 2 new puppies tossed in, and they're just puppies. So yeah, rough night. So tomorrow ought to be even more fun, but it is what it is. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.